Hey Morgan Hill, I hope you had a great Labor Day weekend. Welcome into September, last month of Q3, and man, Q4. And as soon as you know, we're in the holiday season. Time's just flying by. What's been going on with the real estate market here locally in our town? I've noticed the interest rates are around a 21 to 22 year high. They ticked down a bit this past week, right before Labor Day weekend. And we're currently, I believe, last time I checked, close to 7.2% for a standard 30-year fix. But we got to remember, here in Silicon Valley, the vast majority of these loans are jumbo loans, which means a loan that has a higher value than $1,089,000. So if you're taking a loan out more than basically $1,090,000, it's considered a jumbo loan, and those are in the high 6% range. Let's say 6.8, 6.9%. So that's roughly what we're looking at right now for those standard 30-year fixes. But hey, I know you tuned in to hear about what's going on in the real estate market with single-family homes and condos and townhomes. So let's get into that. Before we do though, my name is Nima Moridi, and I wanted to remind you that we are the Moridi team at Intero Real Estate. My dad started in this business in the 80s, and I've been working with him for many years. Together, we've helped over 1,600 families buy and sell homes here in Silicon Valley and beyond since 1988. So from our family to yours, we're always here for you. Now let's get into the data. So the median list price for those single family homes hitting the market is $1,224,000 last time I checked. Now, that's really interesting because in the month of August last month, we were at $1,498,000. So that's down a bit. And when I say a bit, I'm talking like $250,000. Now, I don't get into the emotions about these things. I just strictly go off of the data. I too reside here in Morgan Hill. I watch these numbers on a daily basis. You folks, if you live in my neighborhood, you get that 49er calendar from me. Go Niners. I definitely have some skin in the game myself, but let's keep going. The price per square foot is $621 for the price per square foot. In August, we were at $627. So it's come down about $6 per square foot, month over month. The median days on the market, we're at 49 days right now. Last month, we were at 42, so we're up about a week. And so days on the market is the time from a property, gets listed, the sign goes in the dirt, it's the home's on the MLS, to the time a ready, able, and willing buyer comes, writes an offer for a property, and they get into contract. Those are the days on the market. So that's what we're looking at right now currently for Morgan Hill. I've noticed over the past few months, though, there's been a slight tick increase. We were like at 35 days on the market a few months ago. Last month, as I mentioned, I reported 42 days, and now we're at 49 days. So the homes have been sitting a little bit longer, and that usually tells me the market's saying that the homes are just, it may be a little overpriced for the market at that time. So because of that, they're coming back and they're having to entertain a price cut to get a little bit more competitive. Now, a month or so ago, when the interest rates were around 1% lower, well, that's a little bit more different, right? Because the rule of thumb is every percent that the interest rates are increased, your buyer's purchasing power drops by 10%. So if you can imagine, we're very hypersensitive to these rates. If you have a $500,000 home and you were originally at a 5% interest rate, that interest rate goes to 6%. Well, now that same buyer can only afford a $450,000 home. So it's good to be mindful of these things. The price reductions for those single family homes, we're at 52%. Last month in August, we were at 35%, so that's been increasing as well. Overall, when I checked for the first week of September, we have 50 single-family homes available for sale. In August, we were at 48, so we've had a slight increase in inventory month over month. Overall, though, there's been a slight decrease in demand for homes here in Morgan Hill month over month. And, that usually equates back to those interest rates, and, homes are just sitting a little bit longer because of the price. As a mentor of mine before in real estate once said, if it's not compelling, it's not selling. Now, that being said, the fastest selling of those single family homes here in town, I noticed there was a few homes around 1,900 square feet on a roughly 6,000 to 7,000 square foot lot. Think of your 3-bed, 2-bath layout. Those were on the market for 28 days and they got into contract. So that's, substantially less than the average of 49 days. So it shows that buyers are on the fence, and when they see a property that makes sense for them with respect to layout, proximity to schools and employers, and school districts, stuff like that, well, they're going to pounce on it and write an offer to ensure that they get that property. Now, that was for the single family homes. Let's switch over to the condos and townhomes. Hey folks, I'm so sorry to interrupt the video, but I had to tell you about this really cool product that I have called HomeBot. Now, I use this for all of my past clients. It essentially breaks down all of your financial metrics and insights for the home, whether it's the current mortgage rate, amount of equity you've made, the amount of savings you've made as being a homeowner, and percentage of principal to interest that you've paid off on the loan. There's a lot of metrics that this provides, and it's much better than those websites like Zillow and Redfin as well, because outside of all those metrics that I had just referenced, those websites can be off by like 10% plus or minus. I'm talking the most accurate data that you can get, customizable alerts about when rates drop, and if you were to refinance, how much money you can save, the equity you've made on the property, home equity lines of credit, like if you're looking to trade up or down with your existing property, or you want to pull some money out through a HELOC and go in and buy an investment. If you're interested in this, please reach out to me, because I would give you a monthly report of all of this information, obviously free of charge. My past clients love it. I'd love to offer it to you. So reach out if this sounds interesting. Let's get back to it, because they are coming on the market on average at $1,078,000. Now, in the month of August, I had reported $932,000 for the average condo and townhome hit in the market. So we're up on that, over $100K, around $140,000. The price per square foot, though, that calculates out to $505 per square foot. In August, we were at $528. So median list price went up and price per square foot went down. Why does that happen? What does that mean? Feel free to book a time to chat with me on my Linktree link at the bottom of this video, and I can answer all of those questions for you. But just as a quick high-level overview, median list price doesn't necessarily mean sale price, right? So let's keep that in mind. The days on the market for those condos and townhomes are 32 days, which means from the time they hit the market to the time they get in a contract, they're sitting on the market for 32 days on average. In August, we were at 14%, so that's up substantially, a little bit more than double what it was month over month. The price reductions of those condos and townhomes are at 50%, so it's similar to the single family homes. It's interesting to see that the single family home price reductions are a little bit higher than the condos and townhomes. I usually see the opposite, so that was really interesting to see. Just, the data geek and me nerding out over these things, I guess. But in August, we were at 6% price per square foot, and in September, we're at 50%. So that's a really substantial jump. I was really interested in seeing that. So we're going to continue to monitor this month over month, and I'll get back to you on that and essentially give you an update in next month in October and see how that's changing. Last time I checked, this morning for the first week of September, there were 12 condos and townhomes available for sale. The first week of September, while in August we were at 16 condos and townhomes available for sale. So inventory has gone down a bit. But that being said, even though inventory has gone down, there has been a slight increase in demand for those condos and townhomes, interesting enough. And that's coming in with the data, with respect to list price and sales price, which I like to monitor on a weekly basis. The fastest selling, though, I noticed there was a 1,600 square foot. It seemed like a townhome, like a 3-bed, 2-bath townhome. That was on the market for only 7 days and it got into contract. So again, if it's compelling to buyers, if it makes sense for them with respect to schools, layout, proximity to employment, they're jumping on that and ensuring that they get it. So buyers are still on the fence, so just waiting for the right opportunity. Overall, folks, I love chatting about these things. I love Morgan Hill. My whole family lives down over here. My son goes to school here. I train jiu-jitsu here multiple times a week. Shout outs to Prisma BJJ with my man Leandro Vieira. And if you guys ever have any questions about the market, about a specific property, mortgage rates, and how they're projected to, increase or decrease into 2024, or even housing forecast into Q4 in our beloved town of Morgan Hill. I love chatting about these things. To me, Morgan Hill is a small town with a big heart. And if you folks have any questions at all, feel free to comment down below, or you can even reach out to me in my Linktree with my Linktree link at the bottom of this video. It has my Calendly link, and you can book a time to chat with me. Thank you so much for watching, and more next month for the beginning of Q4 in October. Thanks, folks.